Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, Geminis, let's take a look at the person on Gemini's mind, whoever that may be. Here we go. We are using a more magical, mystical deck. Don't ask me why. We have the Magician upright. We have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. We have the Nine of Wands upright. Okay. Hi, Annie. You sweetheart. um, this, the person on Gemini's mind might also have Gemini on their minds. It's weird though, because they're manifesting and yet we don't have a new beginning yet. Obviously, we still see them hanging out like a dragon in their cave, sitting on their little hoards of gold. Okay. But they're feeling more hopeful, is what I would say. I feel like this is somebody who's planning and gathering and getting stuff prepped, getting stuff ready. What does that mean? Eight of Pentacles, they're definitely working on things. Two of Pentacles. This could be somebody who has like not asked Gemini out yet, and they could be, prepping and, getting their, I don't know why I'm picturing somebody who's like frosting the tips of their hair or something, or getting their confidence up, or getting their car cleaned, like preparing for the things that are going to be confidence boosters for themselves. I want to feel my best. I want to look my best, but I'm feeling like I made serious strides forward. Not quite ready, but I'm prepping and I'm getting ready. What does that mean? Nine of Swords. They're nervous. They're more nervous even though they're more ready than they've ever been. What does that mean? Hi, everyone. So wonderful to see you. Chrissy, Stephanie D. You guys are so awesome. We got the Lovers. There's our Gemini. And we got the Devil. They're definitely prepping, and they're kind of hyper focused on their Gemini. And now I'm picturing somebody like with breath mints and stuff because they're hoping for a kiss. I don't know. Maybe this is somebody that Gemini's already been dating a little bit or wants to date, and this person clearly is interested in Gemini. Now, maybe this is two people who haven't shared a kiss or shared intimacy yet. That could be more than just a kiss. Could be the kiss that starts it all. The Devil can be passion, hot, red-blooded passion. The Lover's card is a card of choice, though. So it could be like, I really want Gemini to pick me. I really want to. I keep thinking this is somebody who either has already gone out. Sorry, my neck is really, there we go. Sorry about that pop. My neck is super tight today. We've got that Nine of Cups sideways. We have a lot of nines here, right? We got the Nine of Wands, we got the Nine of Cups, we got the Nine of Swords. So we know that they're really working themselves up to doing something, right? Because after the nines, we get the tens, which is completions of cycles. We have passion that is also kind of off the charts, which is probably why there's some fear mixed in, which is why we have this big preamble of like, I'm working, and I'm hopeful, and I think I'm going to get a chance to either date Gemini. I'm about to ask them out, or I've already been out with them once or twice, but I haven't stolen a kiss yet, or we've already been dating, but we haven't done the deed. Do people still say that? That's kind of outdated, isn't it? Starseed Witch, you angel. Thanks for being here. Caitlin B, hi, babe. We got a Queen of Wands and a King of Cups. If anything, I would say that they really want Gemini to see them as super attractive. I think that they are very turned on by Gemini. This whole storyline is about passion, from what I can tell. Okay, let's go over to Gemini. And I'm just curious, first off, does Gemini know how this person's mind is like one-track mind about how sexy and attractive Gemini is? King of Pentacles. If anything, they might not have been showing anything other than a consistent, like, friendship kind of vibe. Okay, so I'm wondering if this person is not like, still waters that run deep. This could be whomever this person is, and we could identify them as, I'm going to say the King of Cups right now, who's so wildly attracted to Gemini. By the way, I think Gemini may have like a very unique tattoo. Could be something that looks like the sun or has a like maybe more of like a geometric symbol to it. It could be on their hand like she has, or it could be somewhere else on their body, but it's probably something personal. It may look whimsical, but I doubt it is just random. Also, Gemini might be somebody who's like a very sharp dresser, unique. Something is really unique. I don't know if it's like their hair color or their eye color. There's something about Gemini that's like, it stands out. Gemini could have like an exotic look. And I say that knowing that, like, depending on what you're used to, anything can be exotic, right? We're part Swedish in my family, so we're pretty much all blonde. And so to me, what's exotic is gorgeous dark hair. In my next life, I want dark hair and dark skin and curly hair instead of straight hair. I spend every day trying to curl my hair to give it some body. Otherwise, it's just totally straight, and so exotic can be anything. But we do have red hair, which is very rare. So there's something very unique and rare about Gemini. And we could say there's something unique and rare about all of us, but again, we might not think of it. That's the only reason I say all that, is to say anything that's exotic, it could be exotic to, depending on your reference point. I feel like there's something, though, very specific about Gemini that they are nuts about. And it could have to do with, I don't know, maybe Gemini has a little bit of an accent. Again, all depends on where you're from. I'm from the West Coast, so somebody from the South has an accent to my ears, but to their ears, I'd be the one with the accent. So again, it's all relative. But it could be something very particular that they're just like, oh my God, love this about Gemini. Let me go back over here and ask about this King of Pentacles from Gemini's perspective. Oh, Gemini's like, I don't see this person making any moves. I maybe see them as like even a stick in the mud, or somebody who's not really been moving toward me. This could be somebody Gemini knows in the context of like business. Gemini might even say, I don't see them as that like excited or that confident even. I see them more as like maybe even a duller personality type sometimes. I don't think this person's dull. I think this person hides it pretty well. I think that they are maybe, a gentleman in the streets and a freak in the sheets, or a lady in the streets, freak in the sheets. Yeah, there is something Gemini does know. It's true, I don't really know this person, and maybe I get a little glimmer once in a while where I think that they're not telling me everything about themselves. I think that maybe I don't know everything about them. They may have a dual life. This looks like they definitely have a double life. The sun, you know what? It's cute because Gemini goes, well, that would make me happy to think that they are more passionate than they come across. That would be awesome. It's funny because I feel like Gemini has not a bad opinion of this person, but they definitely don't know the real version of this person. They sense that there could be more than what meets the eye, and they hope that there is. This definitely could be somebody that Gemini's gone out on a very prim and proper date with, and it's like, I don't know, like they're nice. I don't know that we have, any kind of, fire between us. It'd be great to find out if we did. I want to give this another shot. Or this could be somebody that Gemini's like, I don't know, I just vaguely know this person. They seem like a nice person. I work with them, or I've done business with them. I hope that they have a more exciting life. I mean, that'd be awesome for them. Yay, them. I don't know that I think Gemini spends a whole lot of time thinking about this person other than to be like, yeah, they're cool. Seven of Pentacles. If anything, this is like over time, sometimes they pop into Gemini's mind, but I don't think Gemini's like, ooh, I think about them day and night. So it's a very one-sided, like wildly attracted. They're all hot and bothered. They're prepping themselves to like put on their best suit and, go toward Gemini and let Gemini see this other more passionate version of them. That's what they're gearing up for. So let me just ask, is this going to be a shocker? Ooh, those cards. No, I'm sorry. When this many just drop, that's not a shuffle. I'm not taking those. We're going to put them back because that's too much for me to see the story. Huh? Well, we still got quite a few that came out, but that time I really shuffled. We have a death card. Okay, changes on the horizon. The way Gemini sees this person, we're in Scorpio season right now, right? So it could be coming like kind of now. Gemini could see them in a whole new light. We have Chariot sideways. We have the Sun in the reverse. We have the Five of Cups upright. And we have the Queen of Wands upright. That actually says, remember, they look at Gemini as the Queen of Wands in this. They might be all prepped, and then something happens where the day they want to go talk to Gemini, maybe Gemini's going to be gone already that afternoon, or they're going to be gone on a trip or something that's like, oh, you got to be kidding me. This is the weekend I want to ask Gemini out. Okay, so we have a missed opportunity coming up. I thought it was going to be that, ooh, Gemini's going to see them in a different light. We have a change, but the change is just when they're ready. Now they got to wait. Girl of Wands. Interesting, because we do have somebody in a wedding dress. There's that Magician, and they're stripping things down. Maybe this is good. This person, like, they've been nervous. They've been building their confidence. They want to reach out to Gemini. They want to either ask Gemini out or reveal like a greater interest in Gemini. And right when they're about to do it, Gemini leaves, or they're not around, or they're out of town. That's okay, because it gives this person a chance to either be like super bummed, and they might be at first, but then I think that they start realizing, like, I need to be more upfront. I need to really make sure. Maybe this is a blessing that I couldn't just come toward Gemini yet. Maybe I need to go back and revamp what my approach is going to be. I need to make Gemini want to be with me. It's not just me having to build up my confidence. My objective is to get to touch that beautiful Gemini, but also to get them to want me. So how can I get my shirt off and flex my pecs? No, I don't know that I think it's that. I just think that they are building more of their intentions, what they want to manifest, taking charge of things a little bit more. I almost think that their big buildup could have still come across as kind of weak sauce. And now we see them as a magician twice, but this time, look, he had no clothes on originally. I had to draw on some Speedos for him. So we see him stripping stuff down and getting more, like, I'll say, like, I think his approach is going to be more charismatic, more raw, more like, I want Gemini to know I have something to offer. I really want Gemini to pay attention to me. Eight of Pentacles, he's back to the drawing board. I feel like he has like one more weekend to spruce up his approach, how he wants to talk to Gemini. And it feels like that last weekend on sprucing stuff up is way better. It's better that there's this delay before they can actually make their move on Gemini, because they needed to get more, I'll say, more confident, more just empowered with what they really want and really own it. Yeah, Three of Pentacles, Four of Wands. They want Gemini to know, I'm somebody to take serious, Gemini. I'm not vaguely interested in you because I think you're a little bit cute, and maybe once in a while I'll kind of let you know. This is somebody who's like, I need to let Gemini know I have serious intentions. Like, I'm looking for partnership. I'm looking for somebody that would enjoy, I have plans for my future. I want to talk to Gemini about stuff like that. I want them to see me as long-term kind of business, That's actually amazing, because I think that they were first going to come in like barely confident, and now instead they're like, screw that. I'm not hoping for one little peck on the cheek if I ask Gemini out. I am already red hot blooded for Gemini. I want something more serious. That's why they're the focal point of my life right now, and my waking hours are spent imagining how I'm going to approach. So why don't I own that? Why don't I go ahead and say, look, I'm looking for something real. Here's what my future looks like. What are you looking for, Gemini? Like, I feel like they want to start on a much more serious basis, which I think is better than hoping to get a peck on the cheek, or even hoping to hop into the sack for, if things went really, really well for one night. They're realizing, I want more than that. So let me start out as more serious. Let me hope that Gemini will look at me as a serious contender right out of the gate. So they're not going to be dating other people. Gemini's just going to date me. This feels like our character. It's such a blessing that they have this delay before they can ask Gemini out, because they needed to get this much settled inside themselves, acknowledge what it is they really want, so they approach Gemini with that a little bit more swagger, but more, it's not even confidence. It's about being honest about what they really want. How is Gemini going to receive this? Because this does feel like somebody Gemini has not dated before. I say that we have a Six of Cups sideways, but we have a Ten of Wands. I think it's going to be a nice surprise. It could even be that Gemini's like, oh my, well, what have we here? This is somebody who's speaking my language. They seem to be direct. What a relief. They seem to be somebody that has intentions. What a relief. They seem like they put themselves out there a little bit. Well, that takes all the guesswork out of things. That's kind of nice. I can lay down any like concern or worry I have about what their intentions are. They clearly want to be in my world. They clearly want to make a connection to me. I wonder, is this person a soulmate then? Is that who they could be? They I feel like on one hand, I don't think Gemini is going to be like, yes, take me in your arms. I don't think it's going to be like that. But I do think Gemini might be saying to themselves, this is one I'd take a little bit of a gamble with. Yeah, this is kind of what I've been looking for, is somebody that's not full of fear, somebody that seems to be stable. They know themselves, they know what they want, and they're blunt about it. Somebody who is looking for loyalty. That's obviously why they're trying to like present themselves to me in a way where I already know that they have long-term visions. This is just what I've been looking for. I wondered where all the serious people are. So suddenly someone who came across as maybe a little bit boring, now it's like, that's not boring, that's stable. If they have a double life, it's that they are not just somebody who like quietly goes through life Groundhog Day. They're somebody who is building a future. Okay, now I totally respect the grind, the hustle, the consistency. And in fact, this is not lacking excitement at all. I wonder what else is hidden inside this person, because they're not just mindlessly, zombie walking their way through life. This is a person with intention, and this is a person with commitment. That's really exciting. This is piquing Gemini's interest. Now, I think it's going to get a lot more interesting when Gemini realizes this person is extremely sensitive, passionate. I feel like they're going to be a great kisser. I feel like they're going to be real good with their hands also. Anybody who's got the emotions, they tend to be like, I just feel like this is going to be somebody who's, they got the moves. They got the moves like Jagger. Take me by the tongue and I'll show you. I got the moves like Jagger. Is that Maroon 5? Yeah. Okay, we are going to let these two pursue their passion. It still says there's a delay before these two actually interact very much, but that's okay. It'll be well worth the wait. Hi, Kiki. Hi, Delinda. So nice to see you, babe. Bees Mystic Faith. Broken Bee for Bliss. Again, so good to see everybody. G and Annie. Caitlin B. Empress Unicorn. Starseed Witch. Thank you. You have a sun tattoo. Oh my God, that's awesome. Chrissy. All right, babe. Have a good work day, honey. All right, everyone. I will see you guys again in just a minute. We're going to we still need to get to Ophiuchus and then to Scorpio. All right. Lots of love. Bye for right now. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up.